I came to faith through singing. I learned to sing music, to read music from reading out of hymnals, and I loved coming to church to sing the great hymns of our faith. I'm not alone in that. I know many of you have as well. But in fact, the people called Methodists have been singing our faith for as long as there have been Methodists. One of the ways that Methodism spread so quickly was that John Wesley, who was really the theologian and organizer, was partnered with his brother Charles Wesley, who was the great hymn writer. Charles wrote over 6,000 hymns, and they did that very intentionally in a way that John Wesley would preach these brilliant, eloquent sermons, but people had a hard time carrying that with them. They would know that their hearts were stirred. They would have their intellects really stimulated by what John Wesley would preach. But it was the music of Charles, it was the hymns that he would teach them that they would be able to carry with them. They could memorize them easily, and they could repeat that. The faith we proclaim is the faith we sing as Methodists. Well, it's an interesting time right now because, of course, while we are continuing in social distancing, we cannot sing together. And in fact, even as we begin to think about what reopening will look like, we're going to be challenged about what it will look like to sing together. One of the things that science is telling us is that singing is a super spreader. When we are gathered together and singing, we breathe deeply, we sustain the breath coming out of us, which means there's more moisture in the air, and all of those are things that make us more susceptible to contracting the virus. So we have to be mindful about that. What will it look like for us to worship together if we can't sing together in the context of our worship? How will we be church if church looks completely different and sounds completely different? Well, friends, the answer may be that, like a lot of things, we have to take a pause right now. That the things that we love about practicing our faith together, about gathering together, need to just wait until we can come back together. In the meantime, though, those songs that we're used to having on our lips or in our mouth become songs that are in our hearts. And they can be even as meaningful in our hearts as they are when we voice them out loud. And think how glorious it's going to be when at last we are on the other side of this, when we have enough testing, when we have a vaccine, and we can all gather together again. Think how glorious that song is going to be as we sing it together. There's an old song that says, "How can I keep from singing?" And it recites all the things about our faith that inspire us. And in fact, how can we keep from singing? Well, friends, don't keep from singing in this time, but recognize that our song will be a little different. And when we can gather back together, it will be glorious when we sing and unite our voices once again. Friends, take good care, be safe, be well, and God bless you.